it's a catch-22. That is, if I'm scared about evangelism, I don't engage in it. And because I don't engage in it, I don't learn the kind of questions that non-Christian people are asking. Because I don't learn those questions, I never know how to answer them. Because I don't know how to answer them, I don't engage in those conversations. So, it's a vicious circle that you've got to break at some point, and there's one of the obstacles for Christians, which was a big one.
On the other hand, you also identified the obstacles or the steps that someone who's not a Christian has to go through. What are some of those steps, and why did that help to actually break that down into smaller steps?
Yeah, perhaps. Historically, that's a rather important thing. So that, it is the case that 30 or 40 years ago, even say 20 or 30 years ago in Australia, there was so much more of an assumption of the Judeo-Christian ethic in society, and so you really could see people converted and come to faith genuinely. In the case of a lunchtime, and I saw it a number of times on the campus of University of New South Wales, where I just evangelised people at lunchtime and had made a commitment to do that a couple of days a week because I wanted to get better at it and realised it was an important thing to do. People were genuinely converted in the space of a 1 hour conversation, and of course you do follow up with them. But I think it's nowhere near like that in the majority of cases today. Not that God can't do it, but that it infrequently happens simply because the assumptions about God, about Jesus, about sin, etc., don't exist in the population we're addressing today. And so you've got to build those over quite some time, which means it's more steps and they're smaller.
Yep. An example of one or two of those? What are some of those steps that you have to go through?
Well, as we, for example, had Summerfest, our urban mission, going early in the piece, we realised it would be logical to take the people whom we develop as contacts out of that and take